Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. In today's video, I'm just barely out of top 1k with Queenbow Cannon today. I'm going to be playing some Path of Legends in Ultimate Champion League. As you guys know, I reached Ultimate Champion in the first week of the season, putting me at top 1k. So I'm just going to be playing some games today and trying to push to top 500. So Queenbow is honestly not that bad of a deck right now. In fact, I'd say 3.0 is honestly a little bit better than Queenbow, but I'm not sure about the meta because obviously, you know, we had a Path of Legends Mega Draft mode for a full month last season, and that wasn't very fun. But on a more relevant note, we didn't really have a chance to see the meta develop at all, and so now it's not really sure what the meta is shaping up to be. It's only been about a week, and so obviously we've seen a lot of that really silly hot graveyard Poison Rascals deck that's going around everywhere, but other than that, the meta isn't really solidified. So it's hard to say whether 3.0 or Queenbow is better, but I've personally just been playing some Queenbow because I'm honestly kind of tilted with 3.0 because I'm just facing arrows almost every single game, you know, archers, and it's just kind of frustrating, so I decided to play Queen. Maybe give myself a bit of an advantage against arrows decks, and also obviously with the 3-card cycle being so prevalent. My opponent does go for a set of Zappies there. Should be pretty low on Elixir, plus no Giant Skeleton in cycle, although sadly I did misplace my Xbow by one tile. But this should be a decent lock, I think, if I log this ghost. So I'm going to log it after it attacks, and that should be a tiny lock. Nope, he gets the Giant Skelly down in time. In fact, the ghost got another hit, so again, this goes to show how critical placement is with this deck, guys. Because honestly, I kind of just went for an Xbow, like, out of impulse. Like, I wanted to punish, but didn't really... Usually I have my muscle memory down pretty well, so I don't really need to worry about the placement that much. But obviously in that case, the placement kind of screwed me over by misplacing it, even by one tile. So, you know, every small mistake can matter with this deck, and placements are actually very critical. Anyways, I'm just going to reset with the Queen in the back. So this looks like that Giant Skeleton Royal Hogs deck goes for a mirrored Giant Skelly. I'm actually going to Xbow opposite because he just spent 7 Elixir, should be at about 5 right now. Might have enough for pigs, but doesn't, and actually misplaces his Fisherman. I think he wanted the Fisherman to tank, but obviously didn't really get that off. The question is, can I defend this? And I think I can, just have to prevent the Fisherman from whisking my Queen into the Giant Skeleton. So going to go Skeletons to tank. That's going to be a dead Giant Skeleton. Going to go Ice Spirit for the Fisherman, log the Zappies back. That's going to be pretty much a flawless defense, and we did get a really nice lock in the right, so no Fisherman damage in the left, like 1 or 2 Zappy hits in the right, and that's going to be a nice lead in this match. So this actually should be a decent matchup, honestly, because Ken is better than Tesla against Royal Hogs, and Queen is obviously better against arrows. Like I said, I've been kind of tilted against arrows decks, well, my opponent right now is playing a arrows deck, so yeah, really helpful. He might go for mirrored pigs in the left once my cannon dies. I wouldn't really say it's a great play though. No, he does not, but you always have to be ready for any surprise play with mirror these days. So, you know, this deck has been everywhere in CRL, believe it or not. He actually gives me a Fireball on the Fisherman. I'm going to take that for sure. Get back to Knight if I need to for this Ghost, and then Queen's actually going to counter push 2. Does mirror his Ghost, but Queen ability should do decent here. Just going to pop it, and then, yeah, it does force the Zappies out. Going to log as well, just to take care of the Zappy. And this Royal Ghost is going to be a bit of a pain. Just going to Ice Spirit to keep it on invisible, I guess, or visible, I suppose. No point saying on invisible. Gonna Fireball the Mother Witch. Thankfully I didn't miss. I almost did. And yeah, as you guys can see, this game is pretty much going exactly my way so far. Really no issues whatsoever, because again, there's such a strong defense. Queenbow Cannon is just one of the best decks on defense in the game. Like, honestly, any Queen Cannon cycle deck is going to be that way. Gonna Knight, he does go for a mirrored Giant Skeleton, but since I do have the Queen down with the 3-card cycle being so ridiculous, as you guys can see, the defense is just indestructible, and my opponent really can't break through. Does go for the Mother Witch, but really not going to be an issue whatsoever. I can just log this Mother Witch back, and Queen is once again just going to be forcing stuff out on offense, so I'm going to go for an Xbow. He does go for the Ghost as well, which is definitely a bit of an overcommitment. Going to Ice Spirit Knight for the Giant Skelly, maybe get back to a Queen to help him Xbow out, and the great thing about Queen again is that, as I said many times, she doesn't die to arrows, so this is just a really easy defense. I could Xbow in the left, but I don't think there's much of a point. Queen is basically dead. So is the Xbow. Just going to pop ability. He does go for the arrows to take out my Queen, but really no issue at all. Get a Knight to protect this. Fireball, take care of the Mother Witch, and really this game is over. Gonna Ice Spirit to shove that pig into the cannon. Did not work out, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to go Skellies on this pig too, but really no issues at all. All I have to do is not take 1.5k damage, and also the other great thing about Queen is a 3-card cycle, because obviously all champions have the overpowered 3-card cycle. My opponent is going for a massive push right now, but I really am not that concerned. I just have to get back to another knight. It is getting a bit sketchy with those giant skeletons pushing each other, but it's really not too bad as you guys can see, and queen actually does lock on. I'm going to pop ability. That should actually be tower down, I believe, and we defended perfectly, so as you guys can see, really nice defense, really nice first win against Pig's Giant Skeleton Mirror, which is a very popular deck all over the place in CRL. I guess people on ladder are playing it as well. That's going to put me 1 off top 1k. Let's keep the push going. Alright guys, getting off a very nice first win here. Found the next one against Replay. Hopefully going to get a nice replay if I win this match. Gonna cycle a log to start things out. So Queenbow Cannon plays pretty similarly to 3.0. The only difference is that 1, you have much more limited air defense, of course, and number 2, you do have a queen instead of archers, which does kind of affect your defense sometimes. Gonna cannon for this Skeleton King. Pops the ability, that's going to be a free log. What I meant by that earlier about the queen versus archers is because you can obviously cycle multiple archers, whereas you can only cycle 1 queen. So I guess that kind of plays into the air defense part again. But archers are just a bit more versatile because you can split them. You know, you can stack them same lane. You can obviously cycle multiple sets, whereas queen you only have 1. So this is looking like it's going to be that graveyard hut deck right here. And this should be an okay matchup for me, honestly, because Cannon is better than Tesla in this match, in my honest opinion. The only issue is the Phoenix is going to be a bit of a pain. He does also pop his poison. I'm going to go Queen ability here, and it's actually going to do a decent job at clearing out these skeletons. I'm going to take a lot of damage, but I think I can Xbow and get more damage than I took, especially because I have log back in cycle now, so I can log Rascals if he goes for them. He does. Going to log right now, and I hope I can get a lock. Okay, wow, that's actually really annoying because that bar barrel, I was not really prepared for it, and that's going to be pretty much a dead Xbow, so that was actually, I guess, a pretty bad idea. So sometimes a nice play you can do with 3.0 or Xbow in general is sack and attack, and what I mean by that is, you know, sacking some tower damage to get an elixir advantage, and you can counter push. For example, just now I wanted to do so with my queen. Unfortunately, though, that didn't really work out because Rascals bar barrel is just such a overpowered defense against Xbow. I mean, you have to spend 2 on the log on the Rascals, you have to spend at least 1 on catching the bar barrel, and you have to catch it on time as well. So just a big pain. Gonna Ice Spirit, as you guys can see. Optimal placement is to go for it after 1 Spear Goblin already locks on. Gonna Queen down low. He actually poisons as well. I believe that will not take my queen out, at least I hope it won't. But I'm just gonna pop my ability early just to be safe and get some pot shots in on this Skeleton King. That's gonna be a nice ability. I think I kind of have to go in, honestly. He does have decent cycle right now. I think he's back to Rascals, so he should be able to go for them. He actually has guards in here. That was unexpected. Goes for a Phoenix. I don't know about that at all. Gonna log this bar barrel back, get a log. Hopefully, nope, did not get a lock, unfortunately. But Queen will do a decent job. Gonna pop ability as well. Hopefully take this Phoenix out. Nice, we do actually force out the poison, which is not bad at all. I don't think I can really play defensive, though. I mean, I can defense Xbow to punish that poison, but there's only really valuable if you are up in damage or even. If I'm down, there's really no use going for a passive defensive Xbow. I really have to make something happen on offense here. Gonna Knight. He actually does misplace the bar barrel right into my Knight. Usually always gonna go bar barrel on the side, but I'll take that. Xbow should hopefully get a lock here, or at least force Skeleton King out, in which case I can go and get a lock on the next Xbow after taking the Skeleton King out. It's gonna Queen right now to take this giant Skeleton King, I keep mixing them up, out, and he goes for a poison on the right, which is perfect. I can actually Xbow in the left. He should have a very bad cycle right now. I'm actually going to Fireball, try and catch him off guard, get a nice lock here. Nice, that is a great Fireball. As you guys can see, there's a really nice play I like to do, which is basically this last second spell. So people don't really expect it, where you go for a last second spell like that. Now the one downside is I'm down so much elixir right now. Can I defend this? I don't really know. I have to Knight to block, and I have to log the Phoenix Egg as well. Thankfully, though, this does set me up for a decent log, at least I hope so, on the graveyard. Actually, that was pretty decent, and that was a really bad graveyard placement, so not really as punishing as my opponent would have hoped. As you guys can see, skeleton spawning in the far clump of the left side, and that's really not going to do anything. I'm just going to cannon for these. Don't want to queen into a poison, obviously, and then I can just log. I guess I have to Knight because the hut isn't going to pop yet. Then log once the hut pops, and that's pretty much GG, honestly, as long as I can defend. That was a really nice comeback, you know, just constantly pressuring. Eventually my opponent was caught in a bad cycle, and nice last second fireball to catch him off guard. Was not ready for that at all. Going to try and log to make the Phoenix not respawn, because that's very problematic. Ice Spirit, Queen ability, skeletons, and I'm one off a log, so I have to get back to that ASAP, because this graveyard is going to cause a lot of issues otherwise, and we do get the log off nice. As you guys can see, it's very critical to go for logs against graveyards, especially when you don't have the best graveyard defense. For example, archers would be helpful in this matchup to get the graveyard defense, but I actually do kind of prefer Queen, honestly, because Cannon does make up for it on defense. As you guys can see, like, cannon is really solid against graveyard, and then as long as you can just get some decent cycling going. I'm gonna log on offense here. I hope it doesn't bite me, but I just want to cycle some spells. Gonna fireball as well, and then skeletons to kite this phoenix back, and I can actually probably just log cycle again. Queen ability is actually, believe it or not, pretty good against the graveyard if you get it out early, because it just kind of devours the early skeletons, doesn't really let the skeletons build up. Now all I have to do is get back to a new fireball, which I can definitely do so very easily. So nice win against graveyard, guys. That's how you play against graveyard hut. With this deck, even though I was down so much in single, not the best offense and sack and attack strategy, I was still able to beat the really toxic graveyard hut deck that's been going everywhere in the meta right now. So really nice win. That should put me at 1800 medals and hopefully top 1k. Nice, gonna break into the top 1000 in the world. Alright guys, for our next game against SMCDA Guito. Gonna Ice Spirit to start things out, and as you guys can see, Queenbow has very solid defense, like I said. Against Graveyard, that version, I do like to fireball every single hut, log cycle on offense, and then defense of Xbow to get Graveyard support, because you can't really defend the Graveyards that easily. And then obviously you have to get a lock as well, because you're not going to win just by spell cycling. Gonna Queen for this RG. He does go for the RG E-Spirit to take out my skeletons. Not a bad play. So RG, going to be kind of a tough matchup. He actually goes for the Lightning. I'm going to Knight plus Ice Spirit, hopefully not take any hits here. Ice Spirit should hold the RG out enough. As you guys can see, Ice Spirit is very goated against RG, very underrated. If you play E-Spirit, you're going to be in a lot of trouble against RG, because you just need that freeze. Going to lug this Ghost back, hopefully get enough damage on it. I think that got me one more hit, which should be fine, because now I can just Skeleton Surround on the Ghost. Although that probably would have been enough either way. Now, he might go for a prediction log if he does. Well played. He does not, luckily, so I don't have to worry about going for a Queen on this Ghost. And so looking like RG Lightning Cycle, because he has the E-Spirit and the Ghost. Could also be like Queen, Hunter, more heavy-duty RG, like Mother Witch or whatever, but most likely RG Cycle, I guess. Gonna Queen the back and hover an Xbow. This is a play I love to make against RG Lightning, where if they Lightning the Queen, they pretty much lose, because they are going to be down so much in single that they just really can't afford to defend the Xbow. So gonna Knight. He might Lightning this. I really hope he does. If he does, I will Xbow. As you guys can see, he's at 4 elixir right now. He's not going to be able to get back to 6 in the split second that it takes for this Xbow to lock on. He is struggling to defend this Xbow. He does go for the Hunter. I'm going to log plus Ice Spirit to block, and that is going to be a nice Xbow log. Hunter gets another shot, which is a bit unfortunate, but this is going to be enough damage to pretty much win me the game. I'm also going to Queen the bridge just to pressure. He's not back to Lightning, and it's a pretty good pressure play. Going to pop ability right here. That was a really good E-Spirit, though, to kind of stall my Queen out. He does get forced to go for Skeletons, though, so I guess that was an okay trade. I mean, he went Royal Ghosts, Skeletons, E-Spirit, I think. I went Queen ability, so he got a 1 elixir trade. Actually 2, because I had to go Skeletons myself, but still, that was a decent trade. And again, that should pretty much be enough to win me the game, because when you're up 1000 damage, it's really nice. I'm also really well versed in this matchup, honestly, because I played Queenbow a lot last year when it was really popular. He actually does go for a nice prediction Ghost on my Xbow, but still shouldn't really be enough. I'm going to Skeletons DPS it down. Looks like he's trying to get back to a second RG. Gonna pop Queen ability here to take this Fisherman out. That should be another small lock. Nope, gets the Hunter down in time. But Xbow will be doing decent work, and he's going to probably not be able to afford a Lightning on this cannon. Yeah, he's not, so that's really good. Gonna Queen to DPS this RG down. Ability as well to take it out ASAP, and hopefully not take any RG hits. And we took 1 hit, unfortunately. That was not good. You actually want to avoid taking RG hits as much as possible, so I think I should have gone Skeletons there, but still should be okay. Gonna Cannon as well. If he goes for a Lightning, that's going to be well played, because I can't really punish it right now. He didn't, thankfully, so I don't take any damage. I really think that would have been a good Lightning on his end, but I'm going to Xbow right now. His cycle isn't the best. He can't really go RG right away. He's maybe 2 off, so he's probably back now after going Ghost plus Fisher. Definitely back after going for E-Spirit, but still, that's not going to be too bad. I just have to go back to my Knight for this Ghost, and then Queen to DPS down the RG. And he obviously does not want to go Lightning on the right side, so that should be fine. And I can actually Xbow to pressure with this Queen, and he has to Lightning on the right, which he definitely, again, does not want to do, so pretty decent play here. Forced to go for the Lightning. He's actually going to lock on a tower if he's not ready for it. He does go for a Fisherman, well played. I actually could have logged the Ghost plus Fisherman. That would have been a really nice play, but I wasn't really thinking, not that far ahead, like not that much foresight, but still, again, I'm still up like 550 or so, or just about 600, I guess. Gonna Ice Spirit, and then I guess defensive Xbow here. He actually predicts my offensive Xbow with the Hunter. Really good for me, because that's just a wasted 4 elixir pretty much. Gonna Skeleton Surround to protect the Xbow. And then I'm gonna Queen the bridge. As you guys can see, Queen the bridge is a very common trend in this matchup as well, because it does just not allow them to Lightning your Queen off. I don't even think I need 2 cannon for this RG. I can log on defense, and that's gonna be wonderful. I can actually Xbow to force an RG and or lightning out, and then pretty much name of the game is forcing stuff out opposite lane, so they have to RG on your Xbow or lightning, and then you can pretty much just spell cycle them out. As long as you have some kind of lead from maybe a lock, they really can't do much, and so right now my opponent's just in a lot of trouble. Gonna queen the bridge, pressure again. The name of the game right now is to not let him lightning cycle me, which he definitely wants to do to get back in the game. My queen sadly gets taken out, but should be okay. Gonna skeletons, knight, I guess. He does go for the lightning. I have to fireball ASAP, and then gonna go for a queen. I mean, I want to go queen. I'm gonna go queen after the Fisher locks onto the knight, and then just make sure I don't get the queen whisked away. Nice. Now I'm gonna go for a low cannon. Even if he does go for a lightning on this cannon, I can fireball. He's not gonna be back to a second lightning. I'm back to a fireball log, and that's going to be a nice win against RG Lightning. So again, I'm very well versed in this matchup, guys. I had to practice it so much back when RG Lightning was meta, and Queenbow was the best Xbow deck in the game about a year ago in November when I got my top 270 finish, 267 with Queenbow, so I'm very well versed in the matchup. Ice Spirit Cannon, very nice, and as you guys can see, some common trends. Number 1, Queen at the bridge. Number 2, Queen high anti-lightning. So very nice win overall. Gonna put me at 718 in the world. Alright guys, for our next game against Boomer. So again, like I said, I would say that I'm actually pretty good at Queenbow. Actually, I didn't say that, but I'm pretty decent at Queenbow. He goes for a Miner to predict. That's interesting. I can probably just Xbow, because he shouldn't have enough for a Mega Knight. He just spent 5 Elixir. I guess he'll barely have enough. Nope. Goes Muskie instead. That's going to be a dead Musketeer, and that's going to be an Xbow Locks, although sadly my Xbow is basically dead. I'm going to pop Queen Ability here. Should get at least 1 hit on tower as well. At least I hope it will. And it does. Nice. Okay, go split Wallbreakers again. Gonna Skelly's Ice Spirit for each side. And this looking like it's going to be Mega Knight Wallbreakers, because no other deck runs Musketeer Wallbreakers. Goblins, I guess Mighty Miner Wallbreakers would, but more often than not it's going to be Mega Knight. Although, actually Mega Knight usually runs Queen, so it actually could be normal, which I'd actually prefer. I hate Mega Knight Wallbreakers, although Mega Knight oh, it is actually Mighty. Wow, it's actually normal. Wow, I really thought it'd be Mega Knight for some reason, but normally I don't like going against Mega Knight Wallbreakers. I was going to say, not that it's really pertinent anymore, but because they have arrows for the archers, it's such an annoying little thing. But since I do have the queen, it would be good against arrows, of course, because arrows is useless against archer queen. Although sadly my opponent does have the poison here. Anyway, I can Xbow Knight because he just spent his poison and his Mighty Miner, so he has to go like bomb tower up high. He does. Skeletons, nice to do catch the miner. Actually going to just get ready to log the Wallbreakers, and this should probably be a lock if I play this right. Let's see if he goes Wallbreakers and Ice Spirit to predict. Nope, he's back to the Mighty. I'm actually going to Cannon, I think, because I want to DPS it down. And he does go for the Wallbreakers. Sadly, I can't get my log down in time, so that's going to destroy my Xbow. I really despise Wallbreakers and how good they are against Xbow, because they're just, for only 2 Elixir, they're ridiculous. Like, that Wallbreaker was 1 Elixir, that explosion, and that took out, like, 1/3 of my Xbow, so I just really hate the card against Xbow. Anyway, I'm going to Xbow again, though, because I have a really nice sequence here. Or I have a really nice setup, I guess, with the cannon on the board. Gonna log Skellies to tank for my Xbow. This should definitely be a lock, at least I hope it will be. And he goes Goblin, he's gonna Ice Spirit. I think he's back to Mighty Miner or Bomb Tower. He does log instead though, so that's gonna be another like 300 damage, so really not bad at all. And I'm going to queen opposite. Obviously, when you are playing this matchup, you always want to go opposite lane. I do want to go same lane because my damage is there, but I'm going to set up queens opposite so we can't poison same lane. Wow, big blunder on my opponent's end, going for a poison up high. That's going to cost him big time because I can Xbow with this queen. I really don't see how he's going to get out of this. I mean, he's going to go for the Mighty on my Xbow, but I can Ice Spirit to reset it. Knight as well. Pop queen ability. She is actually going to die. Oh, that sucks. I had so much more going for me in that sequence, but just kind of got ruined by me not going queen ability in time. That was kind of annoying, I guess, but I can't even fireball this Musketeer. I think it'll walk into fireball range. Yeah, it does. Nice. Cannon for the Wallbreaker, Skeletons for the Miner, and then Ice Spirit for the Muskie just to be safe because Miner is tanking. And yeah, this is annoying, guys. I think I can probably outdamage him. Nice goes for a pre-bomb tower for whatever reason, thinking I would out Xbow into poison that's still ticking on the field. Xbow is almost going to lock on, just barely doesn't. Going to queen an ability to DPS down the Mighty. Going to log the Wallbreakers as well. Hopefully get... Okay, one of them gets taken out. Miner comes down, but honestly, this isn't too bad. I can kite the Miner out of Xbow range. I get a small lock. I'm going to have to keep pressuring in the left, I think, because I obviously can't go in when he has poison and cycle in the right. That would just be really silly, and you just never want to give them poison value, same lane. So, yeah, Xbow's always in the left, as you guys can see. Going to queen up high to get the 3-card cycle down and just pressure a bit. Queen's also going to pressure herself on offense, just going to be nice. Trying to catch the Miner with Skeletons, log as well. and pop queen ability hopefully in time. Nice, he goes bomb tower for the queen, which is huge because that's not going to be the best bomb tower. I mean, it's going to do a decent job at defending, but ooh, queen gets a hit as well. I'm going to keep the pressure up. As you guys can see, I'm keeping my cannons alive, or I guess my opponent is not really making an effort to take them out. That's a free fireball on the miner plus muskie, and if he doesn't get anything down, that's a lock, and that's going to be game. He was not really ready for the fireball. As I said, guys, it's a really nice play to do this last second trick where you fireball or like log burst damage last second. I'm just going to log, and that's going to be GG. So nice win against Minor Wallbreakers. I would say a decent matchup, honestly. I guess I preferred this version over 3.0 because Cannon put in work this matchup, and I mean, Queen was also pretty valuable. Also, my opponent made a really bad mistake once. So that's going to put me almost top 500, one off top 500. Let's get it. Alright guys, against Sam Le Conquerant here. I actually recognize this guy from Twitter, I think. Gonna give him the good luck. I think he has a decent following. I mean, I have seen his tweets at least. I know of him, so yeah, let's see what he's gonna be running here. He goes Phoenix. That's not surprising at all. Pretty much everyone is running Phoenix, so this could be anything. I'm not gonna guess at all. Although probably not gonna be a cycle deck. No cycle decks run Phoenix anymore. It's usually like heavier, like that graveyard deck, Splash Yard, sometimes E-Giant, sometimes Golem. Goes for a Fireball, so Phoenix Fireball could be RG. Actually, my guess is going to be RG. I'm going to Xbow, though, because I have a queen helping out, and he goes for a Skelly King. Oh, it's going to be RG, I think. Going to pop my queen ability here. She's going to take out the Skelly King, and if he doesn't get an RG down in time, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Queen is going to get one hit on the Fisherman, I hope. Does not, but I'm going to log the Zappies as well. Ice Spirit, Skeletons catch the Barb Barrel. Okay, not the best catch, sadly. If I did catch that properly, I probably would have had a chance of getting a lock, but this is still looking amazing, guys. He has Barb Barrel, Fireball. Those are, like, useless spells against Xbow. I mean, Barb Barrel is super good against Xbow, but only really if they have the Lightning, because that also means they can outdamage you. If they have Barb Barrel, Fireball, there's no chance they're going to outdamage ever, because number one, Barb Barrel is pretty much useless against anything on defense on my end, except for the Xbow. It's really good against the Xbow. And Fireball is useless against Cannon because it's a -1 trade, and I can easily go back to second Cannon. It's also not that good against Queen because I can just go anti-Fireball Queen. Plus, it doesn't even take the Queen out, so it's actually really not the best combination. If you had a Lightning, I'd be kind of scared, but honestly, Barb Barrel Fireball is not threatening at all. Like, this right here is an anti-Fireball Queen placement. He just can't do anything about the Queen, so just looking really good for me right now. Gonna pop ability. He does Fireball, Skelly King ability. I honestly could have gone Xbow because he's at 4 Elixir after doing that. I'm actually still going to Xbow because he has to respond to the Queen. Now he doesn't have enough for the RG because he just went for the Barb Barrel. Phoenix comes down. That's going to be wonderful. Going to Ice Spirit Skellies for the Phoenix. And Skeletons last second, as you guys can see. It's not the easiest time to catch a Phoenix on your Xbow, same as Mega Knight, or Mega Minion rather, but it does work out if you go Ice Spirit late and then Skeletons. I'm going to go low Cannon, Knight once the Fisherman walks up, so not the best Fisherman. I saw what he was going for. It was honestly a decent attempt, but thankfully Fisherman doesn't hit Cannon that low. I think it would have hit a Tesla down 4 tile, so that's another benefit of Cannon, I guess. As you guys can see, Cannon is just goated against RG. Going to Skeletons for this Barb Barrel. Don't want to log because he's going to go Skeleton ability. I need a log for that. I'm going to pop my Queen ability right now, log the Skeleton King ability, and then Queen's going to do a good job at cleaning all this up. As you guys can see, this is just a really easy matchup. I mean, you saw me beat RG Lightning. That was much harder. This is just really easy because Barb Barrel is really useless on offense against Xbow, and a log would be a bit more annoying, but still not the best. And then Fireball just really doesn't get you anywhere. I mean, I'm honestly not worried at all about anything going on here. Gonna Ice Spirit to freeze the Fisher. Queen on the side of the Skelly King. Log the Fisher back. He can get like 1 hit in the right. That's fine. He does pop ability. I think I have to pop my own ability here. Yeah, he does. Fireball as well. It's a good thing I protected my Queen. And I mean, he's just in desperation mode. I mean, I'm up like 2,000 HP. This is really a very easy matchup, and I can just keep defensive Xbowing. Anti-Fireball placement does not matter because both towers are pretty much even, but I'll still, you know, try and get something going. Ice Spirit Skeleton just to stall the RG a little bit, log it back as well, keep the Xbow alive, because why not? And then I could honestly Xbow on offense if I want. Actually, that would be stupid into a Phoenix, but I think I'll just keep playing defensively. I'm going to Queen the back, same lane as the Skeleton King, and honestly, Queen the back gets infinite value too, because he really can't take it out on my side no matter what. Fireball Barb Barrel doesn't even take a Queen out, by the way, neither does Fireball Log, and he can't even reach the Queen down low with the Barb Barrel. He could reach it now, but really no point. Going to Cannon, Skeletons, Ice Spirit for the RG, keep my Xbow alive, log the RG back as well. As you guys can see, Cannon's just insane. It's such a broken card, actually. I would actually say that, you know, Queen is better than Archers as a card, and Cannon is better than Tesla as a card. So if you think about just raw card strength, Queenbow is honestly better than 3.0. It's just that I feel like in the meta, it's hard to say. I don't really know. And as you guys can see, like I was saying, Cannon is pretty much useless against, or Fireball is useless against Cannon. He went for a Fireball there, didn't even get any hits, because you just have so much cycle ability with your cycle cards, with the Log, with the Ice Spirit. Like, it just gets no value, honestly. Nice Fireball there, cleaning everything up. Going to Ice Spirit to freeze, Log to take the Phoenix Egg out, instantly pop Queen ability to keep her alive and take all of this out. Knight, and as you guys can see, he hasn't even gotten like a single RG hit, I think, even once. At least I think so. And I'm just getting a lot of Log cycle in the right, so this is just a piece of cake for me. Gonna Fireball the Zappies, Ice Spirit, and then just Log cycle. I can honestly even Fireball cycle. I can get back to another Fireball because 3-card cycle is so broken. As you guys can see, I'm already back to another Log Fireball. Don't even need it though. That's going to be a nice win against Sam. Really easy matchup, so you know, not like I really outplayed much. That's just pretty much when I play the matchup. It's so easy. Got a nice punish and single with the Queen, forcing out a response. You know, we didn't have enough for the RG. That's going to be top 500 guys, rank 469, 1905 medals or rating points. I forgot, rating I think is what they called it. So yeah, really nice stuff. Overall, 5 straight wins with Queenbow. I'm very happy about the video today. Hope you guys enjoyed as well. A nice little spread of matchups as well. Hopefully helps you guys with how to beat that graveyard deck and some of these meta minor Wallbreakers and RG decks. So yeah, really nice stuff. As you guys can see, Sam is a really good player, has a top 200 ladder finish, and just really good player. So yeah, that's going to be for the video, guys. Queenbow, really nice today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.